Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm a follower of Jesus, and I'm in recovery from sexual abuse, sexual addiction, and I'm an adult child of an alcoholic. Pastor Dave asked Barb and I if we'd be willing to share our story of our journey of thinking well of each other. And through our journeys, thinking well of each other has not come easy in our marriage.
Hi, I'm Barb, and I'm a grateful follower of Jesus, and I struggle with codependency and enabling. I grew up in what appeared to be a perfect Christian family, but in reality, what was going on in our home was a lot of intense fighting and conflict. I learned from an early age to stuff my emotions and to protect my family secret. This left me feeling isolated and alone and wearing a mask. My parents split up when I was a teenager, and I continued to bury my emotions and stuff my pain. So while I was at university, I met this great guy named Brian, and we lived happily ever after.
Well, that's how we've tried to portray it over the years, but in reality, that's not how it's been for us. Going back into my childhood, I desperately tried to control and to fix my mother's alcoholism. And on the father's side, my dad and I fought a lot, and we never really got along. I discovered stacks of pornography of my father's pornography back when I was around the age of 11 or 12, and I became addicted. After about 6 months of being married, I ended up in counseling, and I wanted help, but I really didn't know for what. And in our brokenness, Barb and I both tried to, we tried to complete each other, which was a recipe for disaster based on our own family of origins and what we tried to make work. I brought sexual addiction into our marriage, assuming that it would go away, but unfortunately it actually escalated, and it got worse as I attempted to hide and deceive, lie, repress. I did everything in order to protect my pain and also my image.
So during this time, my codependency was slowly destroying me and contributing to the decay in our marriage. I blamed Brian for all our problems, but didn't put any healthy boundaries in place for myself or for our marriage. I felt responsible to protect our image at all cost. I felt very alone and still couldn't bring God or my friends into my pain. This led to feelings of resentment, distrust, negative thinking toward Brian and toward God. We were alone and in crisis.
It was at Celebrate Recovery where we began to heal and to restore. We continued in our Christian counseling as well. Our counselor actually challenged us to begin to think well of each other. And it was actually quite shocking to us as we recognized patterns over the past where we didn't think well of each other. We would be blaming each other, shaming each other, being negative. And it was once we started thinking well of each other and not looking at each other as enemies and realizing that we really did love and care for each other, things started to change for us drastically. It's truly a miracle that Barb and I are able to sit here today and to share a part of our story publicly with our Lakeside community. We feel honored now that God has called us to walk alongside other couples who are in crisis and who we can relate to, and that we can offer hope, because He is healing and restoring our marriage, and we're in a place now where we didn't think we would ever be. And we've learned that when we confess our sins to God, He forgives us, and when we confess our sins to others, He heals us. We have found in Celebrate Recovery God and others. So we have found a safe, healing community, and it's been there that we have found hope and healing, and we continue to find hope and healing. And we thank you for the opportunity to share today.